Hello, this is Dr. Nuke. Today I'll be talking about my experiences with autism and alcohol. I started drinking heavily when I was 18 years old. When I went to college, and continued to drink very heavily at various times for a long time after. Although I haven't had a drink for quite a few years now. But I also have autism, and it has been very difficult. My life has been very difficult because of the autism and also mental illness, which was not well treated for a long time. And I suffered great distress as a result of my condition. And so I turned to alcohol as a crutch. When I was in college, I drank because I felt that I was able to interact better with people when I was under the influence of alcohol, and the people around me also were under the influence. And then as time went on, I went to very heavy drinking at times. At one time, I was drinking as much as 24 beers in a day, or a bottle of almost a liter of vodka on some days. All the while, I was told, oh, get a job, stop drinking, get a job, take your medication. Basically, were the three things I was told to do. And nothing was ever offered to take care of the issues that had caused me to drink in the first place. So treatment, as it was for me, was not all that effective. What is needed for people who have alcohol and drug problems, more than anything else, is love and compassion. Above all else, Jesus. Jesus is the answer. But these Christian treatment programs that are out there are not all they're cracked up to be, in my opinion. I was in a couple of them myself. And in one case, they got after me because I wanted to talk to my lawyer by telephone. I had a pending DUI case then in New Mexico. And they said, they confronted me saying that because I was using a calling card to use the phone to call my lawyer, as I was required to do by my release on bail, they said I wanted special privileges just because I wanted to talk to my lawyer. And at that same place, I recall there was another person at the home that had some kind of a sore throat and was sick with that I guess he had been sick for 3 weeks. Sounds to me like maybe he had strep throat or something. He really should have seen a doctor and been tested for strep throat, and if necessary treated for it. Strep throat is very dangerous. It can result in rheumatic heart disease, or even blood poisoning, blood infection, septicemia, necrotizing fasciitis. It's very serious. And of course, having someone with strep throat there in crowded quarters without getting treatment, there's a risk of other people catching it too. And then there was another place that I decided I would leave because I decided I couldn't live in there under their rules. And when I wanted to call a taxi so I could leave. And they were such that they wouldn't even let me use their phone to call a taxi. I had to leave and find a payphone. This was back in the 90s, and they still had payphones, and call for a taxi. Yes. They would try to ram the Bible down people's throat. They wouldn't let people talk about their experiences. They just figured that just ram the Bible down people's throats, Bible, 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 and nothing else. And they even deprived people of the opportunity to talk, deal with their issues, and so on. Just Bible, 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 to an excessive degree, in my opinion. I guess some people are helped by those programs, but it wasn't for me, and I wouldn't recommend it necessarily for everyone. What's really needed is real, authentic Christian treatment facilities, but where the Christianity is more heavy on the compassion and less on Bible verses. And the Bible can be a part of it, of course, but not the entirety of it. And one of the things that's very important with any kind of treatment for alcohol, for drug addiction, if you're going to take away someone's alcohol, someone's drug, whatever it may be, you have to give them something to take its place. Part of that is Jesus, yes, but they also have to have, practical things to do in life. They have to have socialization, social opportunities, and the ability to, to live the best life they can live. Vocational help. Sometimes people should work, and people in these situations often need help to get back to work. In my case, if I'd been given the proper vocational help and other help early on, it would have saved an awful lot of suffering and a lot of money. Being cheap on services does not save money, it costs more money. But anyway, I wasn't really offered much in the way of things to take the place of the alcohol, drugs. I also smoke marijuana. Still do that, but no alcohol for a long, long time. I don't even smoke cigarettes anymore. I quit those several years ago. But we need to be open to new ideas about treatment. There's some evidence that some psychedelics, like psilocybin, may be helpful in treatment of addiction disorders. But besides that, if research bears it out to be effective, there's still a very great need to give someone to take the place of what they're giving up. And that was not really offered to me. And so I became very resentful of people saying I shouldn't drink, to the extent that I crowed about how wonderful drinking and smoking weed was to my providers. Yes, and that may have been an obstacle to me getting help, but they had nothing better to offer me, and in a way I felt betrayed by them, and since they had nothing better to offer me, well then I would just continue to drink and smoke weed. Now I don't drink anymore, but do smoke weed. So it's very difficult. Autism makes it more difficult. I believe there needs to be more research on autism and alcohol and drug addictions. Maybe more research on that. Well, you may hear from me more on this subject in the future. But for now, this is Dr. Nuke signing out.